let's go with it. If not, well, you just have a cool video. So this is a guide to help you out level up your character in hardcore. And I'm gonna say that there's a lot of guides out there for you to pick up your character, which set for the season and everything. Yeah, doing this in season because it starts fresh, because my character load is full and they're all full of hardcore character. And just to make sure you don't die and lose all your progress, there's some tips I can point out. So this is a start for a wizard. He's level 50, well I should say she's level 50, 51. Yeah, and basically I'm gonna go back to town and show you what's the best tricks out there so you don't die as soon as you get out. The very first and foremost, you have to choose the right difficulty. I'm playing on hard because the XP is a little better, and I'm kind of used of all the affixes on the creatures and everything, because it's a brand new season, season 18, and there's no Paragon yet, because it's my first character in the season, so there's no Paragon to play with. So basically you play with what you have the most comfortable with as a character, and of course you pick with what reward you want here. So the wizard is the DMO, so I'm going for that one this time around. As you level up, you'll get some good stuff you can craft here, and this is really important. And you don't have to craft every level of it, but some of them are really important because the gap between your level power and the creature power is a little more significant than other levels. It's just like a big jump at this point, but it's really susceptible. But if you don't pay attention to it, you can get like 2-shot, 3-shot if you don't gear up. So basically level 20 is one of the first, so you craft everything at level 20 that you can. And why level 20 specifically? The reason is because at the level 20 the yellow weapons can have a socket in it. Rarely, maybe in 1918 for legendaries, but I'm not really sure at this point. But 20s for yellows, that's when you can have a socket in your weapon, and you want to put the biggest red gem in there, the biggest ruby you have, for more damage. It's going to boost all of your skills damage all around the clock. And next tip is the levels again. We'll go back to this guy, and after level 20 would be like 35, or even if you can push your luck, but I would not suggest it, 40, depending on your class. There's always, every class has a passive so you don't die, and for the wizard it's kind of long to unlock. It's like level 60 here, unstable anomaly, so you gotta be careful up to 60, so you better use all the possible, like 35 and 40. Those are two, or whichever, if you have a class with the passive active already, or whatever fits to you. So you just craft everything of that level, equip all of it, and the weapons as well. You just upgrade as you go for the same level. And you do this for another level like this. You do this at 50, 60, and 61. Why 61? Because between the 60 and 61, that's when the Reaper Soul came out, and that's when all the XP, all the levels bonus have been added. And at 61, you start getting at least a dead breath as well, and big gems. But 61, the gap between you and the creatures are really, really big, and you can feel it if you don't level up at 61. And after that, it's just as you go and get to 60, 70. You're going to pick up a lot of stuff along the way. You can replace with the what you get best. And whenever you pick up items on console, you'll notice there's some little arrows on the bottom. I suggest you put at least, when you start leveling, put at least, if you lose 1 arrow in damage, but you get 1 arrow in each other, pick up that one. Always play defensive first and then attack second, because you have the gem to do your damage on your weapon. So at 70 you craft everything yellow that you can get, or if you have legendary 70 that dropped along the way, go for it. And then you can play Torment 1 difficulty at that point. And once you go to Torment 1, so as you can see here, all my characters are hardcore, and they have all their sets made. and yeah, it's really simple. As you go, you just equip the right gear at the right level. As I said, there's a progression in this game, and from Tournament 1, as you go, you'll notice your defense going up and try to get better defense as well. So for every gap of millions defense, I'd say 10 million defense, you go maximum Torment 3. Then if you go up in the defense like 50 or maybe 30 million, you can go up to Torment 6. And if you want to go Torment 10, for example, you need at least 100 million damage. 100 million defense. And let me show you one of my biggest defense I got out there. I think it's this guy. Of course, this guy can go up in a tournament. Let's go tournament like 13, for example. That's enough. I could go even higher, but you know, I'm just hardcore and going up a little bit, so not really the point. So, okay. I haven't hit any creatures yet, and I'm sitting at 900 million defense here. But if I go hit some creatures, like in Festering Woods is a place I really enjoy going because there's a lot of creatures. A little bit more.
Not ready yet.
And like this, I'm at almost a billion defense.
More fury.
And there we go, I'm passing the billion again. So yeah, it's pretty, that's what you need is defense all the time with a hardcore character. Don't worry about the damage, you will lose a little bit at the long run if you go in higher rifts. That's why you will notice that rifts are going a little lower than normal. Because yeah, we need to stack up a little bit more defense. You don't want to lose your character and just start over again. And as you can see, I got a really nice weapon here, which I found actually. All my stuff is legit. There's no nothing hacked. It's just played and found. And yeah, it's pretty a fun game. That's one of the games that you can play 15-20 minutes and you'll still have a lot to do in it. And just before work or whatever, before going to bed, you can put a little time. And there you go. So that was my guide for just you know, surviving hardcore. Follow the defenses and follow the level of gaps: 20, 35, 40, 50, and 60, 61, then 70, and you'll be in business. And don't forget 20 to put a big red gem and upgrading that weapon and that gem along the way at level 20 and up, and you'll be pretty much fine. Just make sure you never ever change the difficulty of your game once you start leveling. For example, I'm at hard difficulty with my wizard. Well, I'm gonna stay hard difficulty as long as it's not 70. Then at 70 craft the yellow gear and you get to go to Torment 1 and up you go. So I hope this has been informative. I hope this little guide was helpful, yeah, and I hope my accent is not too bad. So you have a good one.